Hey, what's going on, Pats Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Kings Pats Patriots podcast. We got football tonight, Thursday, the preseason Hall of Fame game. We got the Los Angeles Chargers going up against the Detroit Lions. So keep in mind, no stars going to play this game. You know, it's the first preseason game, so it's not going to be a lot of starters in this game. But we're still going to talk about it a little bit. Also got special guest Culture from the Indianapolis Colts. He's going to talk. We're going to talk tonight about some Indianapolis Colts. Small market team. You don't get a lot of publicity the Colts do, but we're going to talk about them tonight. So let me go ahead and bring him in. First off, also make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the Ken's Pats Talk YouTube. And make sure you are sharing the content. What's good with you, bro?
Hey, what's going on?
Good, man. Good, man. What's new with you?
Nothing
In a
much,
minute.
Yeah, it's been a while. Getting ready for the football season is right around the corner. We're preparing. It's gonna be a roller coaster of a year, but we ready.
Yes, sir. We don't play all this year, so but we still gonna do a show tonight, man. The Colts, y'all went 8-9 last year. What, third in the AFC South? Plenty of talent on that team, but what would you say happened? I mean, I know y'all got injuries. Anthony Richards is supposed to be the future, whatnot. I know y'all got the quarterback battle, which we're gonna get into shortly. But what you think happened last year? Because talent isn't an issue. I like the coach y'all got in I like the coach y'all got in him. I think you gotta get the quarterback position. Got to get the quarterback. See what's going on with that competition. Get the quarterback position figured out, and I think y'all can do some things. What you think happened with the coach this past season? 8-9.
Yeah, I would say it had a lot to do with inconsistency on both sides of the football. A lot of drops, a lot of inconsistency from the quarterback position. The offensive line was banged up. Defense had the talent, but just couldn't figure it out. A lot of missed tackles. Chemistry wise, it just wasn't there. Of course, with the defensive change of the coaching staff, it's going into this season. Got some new additions as well because we were lacking a lot of depth going into the season. A lot of changes went off in the offseason this year, so I'm expecting it to be a little bit change. Of course, you got a lot of players battling for position, battling for spots, especially at the QB spot. So there's an open opportunity for anybody. So I think last year they opened up a lot of eyes and they realized that there's a lot of work to be done. So hopefully they lock in this offseason and get ready for the season.
What did you think about your draft this year? Y'all did get Tyler Warren out of Penn State. I like him. I want New England to draft him, just not at number 4. I want to trade back and get him. I like the Tyler Warren coming out. He's a little bit of an older prospect. How has he been doing in camp? And what is your overall sense on the draft this year? How you feel about your draft?
I think the draft was pretty solid, but the most important pick was the first pick, which is drafting the tight end. That was a position that we've been lacking for a few years actually. So the talent is there for Tyler. He's showing it off in training camps. It looks like he's been polished and prepared, and he just had that NFL body. So he's definitely been a pro ready for a while, and he finally got his pick, and he landed at a good spot, especially with Shane Steichen, who uses his tight ends often. So I feel like Tyler Warren's going to have a lot of reps going into this year, even though he's a rookie. But I feel like he's ready. Definitely, just got to gain that chemistry with the quarterback, and that pretty much makes up for going into the season, just having that chemistry and that bond with your quarterback going into this year. But he's been pretty much showing out all training camp. He's
Yes,
ready for some football, so especially with the pads on, he definitely has it. So I'm looking forward to it. But overall, the draft was pretty solid. But the most important was pretty much just filling the holes, filling the gaps, which was the tight end spot was the biggest gap.
yeah, I like the offseason y'all had in the draft. I like the free agency y'all had. I like the thing y'all got Travaris Ward from the 49ers. How you feel about that pickup? Y'all been needing a corner for a few years now. You got what's the guy you got in the slot?
Kenny Moore.
Kenny Moore. You got more in the slot. I've always liked him. We actually had him in New England for a little bit, then we let him go. You got Travaris Ward, and I think Julie Brents.
Yep, we got
So
Brents.
I
He
think
just
this
he
could
just
be a
went
big
down with
year
an
for
injury
him.
though.
Huh?
He went down with an injury in training camp. So
Well, he's been hurt
I
since he came in the league.
yeah, he's been battling injuries for a while. But having a CB1 finally on the roster is gonna expect some change, especially with Lou Anarumo coming in. He's gonna have these guys on the island pretty much battling. So it's gonna be a lot of traveling. He said he's gonna travel this year. But with the depth, it's way better than what we're used to seeing. Adding Tre'Davious Ward and then having Cam Bynum back there at the safety position, which is another addition from Minnesota. We wound up picking him up. It's going to be a different. I feel like it's going to be a different outlook and perspective on this year with the defense, especially in the secondary.
Do you feel like Coach Steichen has owned the hot seat this year? I think if you don't win this year, You can't be third individual. You can't be fourth. I know injuries happen. You got to get the quarterback position figured out. But do you think he's on the hot seat this year?
I don't think so, necessarily. I feel like everybody, with the new regime in hand,
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's in a position for change. I don't think he's on the hot seat at all. Like I said, the talent has to go out there and perform. Honestly, you can draw up the best scheme in the world, but if your players don't go out and execute, you can't really fault the coach for that. So I feel like he's been a good coach. He has a great mindset, a good mentality for football, a good leader as well. But the players just got to go out there and execute. So it's going to be interesting to see how the team, pretty much adjusts going into this year with the new coaching staff and things like that. You already heard different reactions from training camp. A lot of players getting held accountable for their actions, especially on a lot of plays. And that's one of the things that the Colts been missing: being held accountable. Accountability is a huge thing, especially in football. You know that. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the change may come actually into focus going into this year.
I actually think that Colts is one of the most underrated teams in the league. Y'all got plenty of talent. Y'all just a small market, and y'all don't really get a lot of publicity. Don't get a lot of prime time games. You still got to get the quarterback position. You still got Jonathan Taylor. I think he's going to bounce back, have a pretty good year this year. The offensive line, y'all lost a few pieces. I know y'all lost one of your linemen to the Vikings. I think.
We lost two of them. We
Yeah,
lost
two
Will
of them.
Fries and Ryan Kelly.
They both go to Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
Oh wow, that's rare that you see that happen. But yeah, you got, I think I like what y'all got on offense. You got Josh down the slot. He's another guy. Guys, I think injuries being really one of y'all main thing. Downs need to stay healthy. You got I like Alec Pierce out of Cincinnati. You still got Michael Pittman, another underrated wide receiver, and AD Mitchell. I seen some film. He was open a lot last year. He just kept getting missed or whatnot. So, what are your expectations for this offense? We're gonna get to the quarterback position soon, right? This time, but what about this offense? About the because the personnel is there.
Yeah, I think the offense, like I said, has to be, consistency. Drops has been the thing.
Yeah,
Even with all the quarterbacks we had, it's always been, just been drops. I mean, the only person that's been the most consistent and probably the best wide receiver is Josh Downs. I mean, he's the guy that you can rely on every play in and out. Honestly, after him it's Alec Pierce, and of course you have Michael Pittman Jr. But I think Josh Downs is the only wide receiver that we can agree on that's probably been the most consistent and reliable receiver. But other than that, you just have to have everybody or locked in. Like I said, we got Tyler Warren, a tight end that can go out there and make big plays. The run blocking is definitely something that's normal for Colts football, just running the ball. But having that type of composure, chemistry, and a game plan where you can pretty much split up the reps between running and passing. There's too much passing. It's a passing offense. When you have Jonathan Taylor, I feel like you should have more run plays implemented for him because he can pretty much take the top off of any defense when he gets the ball in his hands. He's one of the best running backs in the league, if not the best, in some people's eyes. But you gotta have a balanced scheme on your offense going into this year, and that'll probably let up some of the pressure on these wide receivers. But yeah.
and can't believe we didn't even mention. We should have mentioned from the start. Your owner Jim Irsay passed about a month ago. He's not no longer with the organization. He passed. What do you think? What has he meant? Because he's been there. He's been the owner for a long time. I think he's actually from Indiana too. I think. He's been there for a long time. The owner, long time. He's gone. Bill Polian was with them years ago. He's gone and whatnot. What do you think about Ursay? What do you think he meant to the organization, and what you think going forward? Like who's taking over now from ownership?
So first things first, rest in peace to Jim.
Yes.
His daughters have taken over this positions, all three of them. But he meant a lot to not only the Colts but to the city as well. I mean, his hospitality, open up those gates for Lucas Oil for a lot of events and things, including the draft. It's nothing. I mean, Ursay meant the world with donations and everything like that. So everyone in Indiana definitely knows Jim Ursay and the Colts just due to him just being putting his foot in everything pretty much in Indiana. So he meant a lot for that city, especially for Colts football. Built a beautiful stadium at Lucas Oil Stadium. If you've never
Yeah,
been there, it's
I've
one
been.
of
I
the
went to
best.
the combine last year.
Yeah,
It's
it's one of the best stadiums out there, and it's the reason why a lot of events are held in there. So he built a beautiful facility. But the daughters they got it in good hands. Both the family in general, the Ursays, has always been surrounded by football. So I feel like we're in a good position like that moving forward. What was the second part of your question?
Who's you say his daughters are taking over?
Yes, all three of
Okay.
them. Mhm.
Okay. How do you feel in terms like you think it's still gonna be ran kind of the same way or
I feel like it's going to be a different approach, of course. A lot of years, they weren't really aggressive in the off season and things of that nature. But I feel like it's going to be subjected to change. Of course, winning has got to be some type of mindset.
Yeah.
The Earthstays definitely mentioned that, in their first presser, that when they want to be a winning football team, so the mentality has to change. And I feel like, this year can have some type of spark, with the passing, it can probably spark something in this team, and it could change the environment, the energies in the building. It's always loud anyway, but I feel like they're going to have play with a little bit of chip on their shoulder for sure. So this season might be a different outlook than what we used to seeing.
Who do y'all open up with Miami, right?
Yeah,
Okay. What's your give me a breakout play on offense this year and defense?
a breakout player on offense
Breakout
this
play a
year.
play you think is going to take that next leap or just going to break out?
This
However
year
you
for
want to look
sure,
at it.
it's got to be Tyler Warren.
On
Just for
offense.
offense, because I know like the reps, a lot of reps go to our tight ends, and a lot of drops and things of that nature. Granson went to Philadelphia. Mo Ali Cox has been in and out, especially with running blocking. He's a good run blocker, but the hands has been absent in the tight end position. So
Good
I feel
blocker.
like the guy that's going to be for my choice is definitely Tyler Warren. For the offensive side, defensive side. I'm going to go with Cam Bynum. Cam Bynum is the safety from Minnesota that we acquired
Yeah.
in the offseason. I feel like safety had a lot of plays that we lacked last year. Of course, with Julian Blackman still being free agent, I feel like Cam Bynum. Even when he played in Minnesota, he's a spark plug all over the field. Adding him in there with Ward, who's pretty much going to be traveling the number one wide receiver. Then you got Kenny Moore in the slot. I think Bynum can pretty much fill those holes that the safeties couldn't do last year. And that was one of the positions that we really struggled with was the safety position. So adding Bynum back there, I think he's going to have a huge boost to that room.
In terms of your division, the AFC South, one of the weakest division, I think you could say the Texans have won it, what, three straight? Was it two?
Yeah, and it
Three?
was about the skin of their teeth actually.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all actually beat them. Was it in Houston last year? I got them.
hmm
Yeah, so y'all split with them. I think y'all struggle with the Jaguars for the most part in the division. Or
Yeah,
no, it's
we've been
probably in
struggling this one.
Jacksonville. I think y'all always struggle in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
But did
it's
y'all
been
did
like
y'all
that
beat
for
them
both
last year?
teams. Both teams just cannot win on the road.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's I figure that's what it's been. Where you think y'all rank it? Where you got y'all right now in the division?
Well, I still have a second in the division, if
Behind the
not first.
Texans?
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like the Texans are still favorable, but I still would choose us any day to win the division. But it's tied at first for between the Texans and the Colts by a landslide. The Titans, I think, is second, and then third, of course, is Jacksonville. But I would take us in the division every year. But we're pretty much neck and neck with the Texans if I had to choose.
How do you feel about Cam Ward and the Titans? I mean, well, first off, what team in the division that like is the rival for the coach that you cannot stand?
It'll be the Titans
Titans.
for
Okay.
sure. Yeah,
Well, that
the
sets us up
Titans
for
they always have this type of ego, like they've won something but won nothing. And it's just always been that way. So I have this disdain taste in my mouth whenever I see Tennessee. But whenever we play Tennessee, it's no problem. Honestly, so I'm confident when playing them. That's like my worst rival team in the division.
which team in your division you think improved the most outside of y'all? I mean, you got the Texans. I think they had a real solid draft, getting the two boys per
Mhm.
hour. Jaguars obviously got Travis Hunter, and Titans got Cam Ward.
I would go with the Texans still. The
Yeah,
Texans, they
I like what Texans did.
their draft process is incredible every year, and offseason they acquire players. They got EJ Speed from us. He went over there. So I mean, like with the quarterback position, they did the process right. They drafted their quarterback and built it around him. So every year they did nothing but have exceptional off seasons, and they play wise shows in the season. So I always got to tip my hat off to the Texans, regarding the process going into the season.
Moving on to y'all quarterback battle. It's a big battle. Y'all signed Dan Jones in during free agency. I thought he was actually going to go back to Minnesota, but he didn't. I actually think the coach is a good spot for him. I mean, you're there. Well, you're not there, but you cover the team. You talk about the team all the time. Who's winning the battle right now? Who you expect to start week one at home against Miami?
To start week one, I'm going to go with Anthony Richardson to start, honestly. But to win the battle, training camp wise, I think it both been neck and neck, honestly.
I think
Um,
I heard Richardson been doing good in camp.
yeah, Richardson has been improving day by day in camp, so he's definitely turned a lot of heads within the organization. But I think it'll be Richardson's job to lose, honestly. For both guys, both of these guys are playing for a position to try to keep a roster spot, especially with Richardson's contract coming up. He got to go out there and show pretty much the Colts that he's the person that they drafted. So both of these guys have definitely been, having a pretty decent training camp. But if I had to choose someone to start for Miami, I say it'll be Anthony Richardson.
You think this probably it for Anthony Richardson if he loses the battle or if he wins, but he just struggles during struggles the season?
Yeah, if he struggles, it's going to be hard for him to try to get a roster spot, or having a contract he's asking for. I don't think it'll be the contract he's used to seeing or wanting to see. But like I said, honestly, if anything, he'll definitely find a spot elsewhere
Yeah, he'll get a
in the NFL. But his time at Indianapolis might be coming to an end if he doesn't show up this year.
I think the worst thing y'all could happen is Anthony Richardson lose the battle. Daniel Jones comes in. He's just good enough. Y'all win 7 or 8 games, and then y'all can't get a quarterback next year in the draft when it's a good quarterback class coming out. So, do you think if Anthony Richardson struggles, Daniel Jones probably not going to be the guy? Y'all gonna be looking at quarterback next year in the draft, or you just
Uh,
gonna?
Definitely, it should be the top of the chart should be getting a quarterback if anything. Daniel Jones on 1 year deal, Richardson's pretty much on his contract, so he's gonna have to show up. If not, we got to start from scratch.
All right, man. Before we get you, hey, make sure y'all, it's a few y'all in here, hit the like button. I don't care if you like the Colts, the Patriots, or any NFL team. Hit that like button. Make sure you're sharing the content, please. And make sure you are subscribed to the Cans Past on YouTube. Also subscribe to Culture Shot. Drop your tags. Culture Shot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Make
follow
sure
me
you subscribe to
on
him.
YouTube, Culture Shock, Instagram, TikTok is where I am mostly. You can find me over there as well. Instagram, all platforms is Culture Shock. Just find me anywhere. I'm all over the place, even Spotify.
Before we get y'all, what's your record for this year for the Colts?
I got us winning 9 games this year.
What's your first four? What's your first month? Do you know you got your schedule out of here? Your first 4 games? I know y'all got
So,
Miami to start.
hmm yeah, so we got, besides the preseason, of course, we got Miami, we
Okay.
got Denver, Tennessee, and then the Rams.
Miami,
That's
Denver.
a quick 3-1 in my opinion.
Hold on, okay. Miami week 1. Miami's probably gonna be a mess. I hope they are a mess this year. They're not a division. I hope y'all do
Yeah.
win 1-0. I can y'all home, right?
Yep.
I can yeah, I got you. I can see y'all beating Miami at home.
hmm
Yeah, y'all gotta go to Denver.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna be an L. But I wouldn't be shocked if y'all made the interest, but I think it's probably an L. Who after Denver?
Tennessee.
You beat Tennessee. That's 2-1. Who's after Tennessee? The Tennessee
We got
game at
the
home,
Rams.
right?
Yeah, the Tennessee is on the road.
It don't matter. Y'all beat
So we
Tennessee.
got 2 home games. We're at home against Miami and then Denver. Both games are at home, and
Then you
then we go on the road to play Tennessee, and then on the road to play
so
the
Denver
Rams.
goes to Indy on week
Indiana.
2.
Yep.
Okay, this all right, all right. And then who's the fourth game
The fourth game is the Rams.
at the Rams?
Yep.
Did y'all play the Rams last year?
No,
That's all. Okay, it might have been a year before.
that was the year before.
Okay, so y'all have beat Miami week 1.
hmm
Then y'all got Denver. I think okay, y'all beat Miami week 1. Then week 2, I think y'all gonna be satisfied and happy because y'all young team. I think you lose to Denver comes in because Denver got a lot of high expectations here. Then Denver come in beat y'all because y'all be riding up big time high beating the Dolphins. Cause a lot of people probably not gonna pick out to win that one. So you go 1-1. Week 3 you got Tennessee. You beat the Titans 2-1. That Rams get I think Ram. I say 2-2. I say 2-2.
That's fair.
But that Denver one's gonna be tricky though, because early in the year, a lot of people picking Denver to be good. I don't see y'all beating the Rams, but that Denver one's gonna be tricky though. I mean, you gotta see what Bo Nix and that team, that defense is gonna be good. That Denver one gonna be good. We get to a few of these comments. Johnny Valencia said, "Don't sleep on the Jags." I just like Travis Hunter going there. I want him in New England. If the defense steps up and the quarterback play is at least average, we could compete with the Texans, the Titans are a joke, and the Jags are a mess. My favorite YouTube man. Hey, appreciate that, DJ. I already believe Richardson's a bust. I got us at 6 wins. 1-3 start. That's what WAW2 says. I can see that too. Cause that I definitely see that y'all beat Miami week 1. Y'all should beat them, and then you got Denver, the Rams, and the Titans. I think you'll get Tennessee. I say 2-2. That coach Rock, that's an underrated Rock. Y'all got some talent in there, and I let them receive it that y'all got.
Hmm.
Y'all got some talent over them. I like Downs from Carolina. I like Pittman. I just paid him what last offseason, right?
Yeah.
So you got Alec Pierce, very Mr. Underrated. AD Mitchell, maybe he takes a step this year. Jonathan Taylor, let's see how the offensive line gels because y'all did lose 2 starters. The defense, I like Quiddy Pay on the for Michigan, right?
Hmm.
And then y'all drafted the with the L name, Latu, what's
Latu.
it? Yeah, Latu from UCLA.
Yep.
Yeah, you got him. So y'all got some y'all lost the Forrest Buckner though, right?
No, we still got him.
No, who did y'all? No, Solomon. Y'all lost Solomon Thomas.
Yeah.
I get them two mixed up a lot. Yeah, okay. So and then y'all lost EJ Speed to right in division to the Texans. So
Hmm.
it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I think if y'all stay healthy and everything comes together, I think y'all can win 8-9 games. Okay, that's a good roster. Good roster, just very underrated, man. Y'all don't get a lot of spot on. Y'all have any primetime games this year?
No,
Wow.
which is good. I like to stay out of the light.
Yeah. So on which okay, yeah. So I
So we
say
we got a we got a game in Berlin against the Falcons, but
yes,
I guess that's prime time to some
yeah.
people.
It's gonna be interesting, man. Hey, we don't play this year, so we ain't gonna be able to do a show this year. But maybe in the off season, or I think we get y'all. We got y'all like every other year. So
Yeah, for sure.
maybe sometime so I get you back on the stream and let everybody know they can find you one more time before we get off.
Yeah, you guys can find me on YouTube at Culture Shock, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it, I'm everywhere. Just look up Culture Shock, and on podcast platforms, it's the Culture Shock podcast.
Go follow my boy, man. He does some real good coach content. Go follow him, man. He just told y'all where to go. Hey, for me, make sure you hit the like button, share the content, make sure you subscribe to the Kansas Pats on YouTube. Also, this show is powered by the Sportsline Media. Go to www.sportslinemedia.com. Check the website out, man. I really appreciate it. Hey, man, appreciate you coming on, bro.
I appreciate you for having me.
Yes, sir. Let's do it again. Go Pats.